we're back.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Thank you for inviting me, gentlemen. I'm happy to be back and casting again for SMITE competitive scene.
Welcome back, Brandon.
I'm glad tonight we are joined by men.
Today we are going to learn how to play properly and build correctly.
Finally, a caster that actually understands the meta.
I'm getting pissed off.
Why you mad, Sleepy Joe?
SMITE pros acting like they are the best when they actually just lack competition.
Imagine actually counter-building and having juke items like Witchblade or Bumba Mask in the game. But no, let's nerf and remove all the fun items and buff Gladiator Shield instead.
This is so stupid. I just played against Apuch, who went full tank and he still had 70,000 player damage. Axe, Gladiator Shield, and Tablet. This is how to become SMITE Pro League contender.
Telekine's ring nerf. Decrease attack speed from 20% to 15%, and the basic attack bonus damage goes down too.
Cyclopean ring also got nerfed. We decreased magical power from 80 to 70, and decreased max health damage from 8% to 7% on the item's passive.
The time that we talk about Kali today, because I think after how much we saw her in the Pro League, she warrants more discussion, especially considering they played her incorrectly. And this isn't a matter of opinion, this is a matter of fucking fact. It's usually better just to go into Glad Shield and the Pokemon out-sustain him than it is to try to just absorb his damage outright. Very, very heavy mid-jungle meta right now. I mean, just like the last 6 seasons, because our designers don't actually switch anything up ever.
Calm down, gentlemen.
Bidden, how was your Conquest game?
Snowballing. A casual 1v3 experience. I wish I would get more ganks on my lane, not just get 1v3 by enemy jungler whole game long.
SMITE meta is a bit stale lately. Same 5 items on every god. We have items with insane bonus damage and people can build literally anything and they still have damage when they add Gladiator Shield in. Imagine actually counter building, buying flat pen items or juking correctly.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
That is correct, gentlemen. The meta feels stale and we see the same 5 items in every build.
But we have to give Hi-Rez some credit. They nerfed Gladiator Shield, Axe, and Tablet, all in one patch.
And SMITE Conquest early game is one of the most important phases of the game. And Ymir have really good clear. And the faster you clear, the more pressure you have, right? Because those arches in early game are really important.
Thebes is the best support item in the game. It gives you the best stat.
But you need 10 minutes to stack it.
So what?
Players that still buy Thebes as first item on supports are probably still in Silver League.
What the fuck is that, Biden? You guys need to learn how to build.
Calm down, gentlemen. How is your win rate with Ymir in this meta?
You have a lot of presence, you have strong abilities, but you shouldn't be afraid to use them. You need to play aggressively. These guys, Guardian, are actually all going to be pretty high because Guardians are actually really strong.
Imagine buying Genji over Shogun Kusari.
Imagine buying Heartward Amulet. The fuck is that? Currently we have aggressive snowball meta, slow items, and you can fall behind quite quickly.
Mede's not sucking dick, rotating and warding correctly. Don't forget to talk shit in the chat.
So what is the meta, boys? Saw Virginity, Gladiator Shield, or Stone of Binding?
We can go so Virginity. And next we go Divine. A flat penetration item will allow you to have way more presence in early game.
De fact, Trump, you are a support, not a carry. And many of the SMITE most popular YouTubers would have 10x less subscribers if they won't get to SMITE Pro League via friends connections.
Not to even mention how they make fake promotional accounts to boost their shitty videos.
It feels like this game is too casual today. There are only few good items that are relevant. Plus they removed all the fun items like Bumba Mask or Witchblade that allowed for fun juking.
Damage.
Also, gentlemen, we have Conquest Tournament this weekend on 12th of March. Maybe the pros and world champions can learn something today. Who knows, we might actually get good competition this time around.
Like for the last 5 seasons. Damage. 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 Damage.
And then you need to get cooldown online. You can get Shogun, you can get Gladiator's Shield. I think this is pretty much the main thing, right? Sentinel's gift for early game or war flag for that early sustain. Then you go for a flat protection, which is going to be a huge counter against jungle, who rely on flat penetration items.
Athena is very strong. She has long dash. She's very good when you can play aggressively. She has strong abilities, good clear. Slow on her one, I think, too. Very strong global ultimate, which is very strong in conquest.
Soap. I think these two guys, Soap and Cthulhu, are actually very underrated currently. Because these two Guardians really shine once you get a lot of cooldown going. Once you get 30 to 40% cooldown on a Soap or on a Cthulhu, your rotation becomes so much more fluid.
Right now, there's a lot of variety. You can go So Virginity, you can go New Balance Cloak, you can put the Gladiator Shield into your build. So let's continue, okay? Ymir is a good staple. Guardian, he can be very predictable, right?
Do we get a cloak? We can go cloak. It's not a bad item, right? We can also go gladiator shield.
Imagine still buying tips in this meta.
The truth is most of SMITE Pro League players ain't much better than the normal plays.
And you think you are so much better, huh?
Let's give everybody a chance, shall we, gentlemen?
Thieves,
They
Trump.
just have better calls and abuse meta items like Axe, Gladiator Shield, or Tablet on mages. If we had ranked leaderboard and rewards for Arena, ranked Q for Arena, more fun old game modes on weekends, the game could be 2 times more popular. It would hurt nobody if they would add 2v2 game mode either.
Or if people would actually know how to build and rotate properly.
Huh? So what do you guys think about the Today game? Also, those Thebes concern me. Wouldn't Gladiator Shield or New Balance Cloak be better?
What the fuck are you talking about? Gladiator Shield on support. Are you like 12?
It is aggressive meta, Trump. Cerberus with anti-heal counters those guys a lot. You old-timers need to watch more tier list from SMITE Pro players like Weekend, Incon, Panda Cat, Final K, or Genesis.
What competition are you talking about, old timer? Go back to Arena. Silver League Obama.
I don't say that often, but I agree with Trump on this one. Outdated hunter builds. Imagine still building stacking item first in this aggressive meta.
SMITE could be the most popular MOBA on the market if we actually had a competitive scene, old fun game modes on weekends, more initiative to actually play the game, and ranked leaderboard and rewards for Arena fans. SMITE Pro League, yes, they put a lot of effort into it, but Hi-Rez never solved the core issues this game has.
We're gonna try to fix it all by the time I get to the end. Kepri fits on most comps. This new things. It's a new day. How much is early access to this tier list? That's funny. You're a funny guy. Kepri does really well with most high tier junglers because they dive so heavily. Characters, you know, even if you were to use Kamazoth, but Hunbots, Daji, Kali, Susanoo, like everyone that you're going to see with high pick ban rates or used a lot in comps, Kepri does really, really well with, because he can say, go completely off. And if you ever get Kepri and Afro on the same team with any kind of diving potential from a jungler, that's just straight up GG.
Why would I buy Hartford Amulet when I can buy Sean Kuzari or Pestilence, right? Or Winged Blade, right? There is so many better magical protection items you can get. And most Conquest teams actually have mostly physical damage. They usually only have one mage and a guardian, right? Even though these days a lot of these overpowered items either have bonus magical damage or they have true damage, right? So some magical protection is always very nice.
King Arthur. I think another one of these characters that goes up or down. I don't expect him to be played in every single thing, because I think, and this is going to be pretty much only specific to Arthur. Arthur is a very early game centric character. His late game is not wonderful unless he's very far ahead. And I think going into this LAN, since it has a prize pool, players are going to come with brand new metas for level 1, like your opening gambits, and it's going to cause King Arthur to winding up to have to adapt to what's going on around the map. And I think that in the beginning of the LAN, he's going to be picked a lot, and towards the second half, I'm not going to expect as much King Arthur. That's my prediction.
Yeah, some of these items got buffed, so they're probably higher. So Virginity, always a staple. If you compare So Virginity versus Tapes, right? You get stats immediately when you buy So Virginity. And that's why it's better. Those flat protections in early game are actually really strong. And current support meta is either you go Watcher's Gift, right? Watcher Gift or War Flag, right? So let's see. So many items in this.
Kukulkan. Oh, Kukulkan. Fits onto most comps. Safe. This is one of those flavor of the month things that I think happens when players just don't really pay attention to the world around them. This character was a top tier character. He got nerfed. Not dramatically, he just got nerfed. And that tiny bit where he was so far ahead of everyone else, right? Like if here's the second tier of mages and here's Kukulkan and whoever else he's with, he got nerfed to about here, but players treat it like he got nerfed to about here and no longer exists. So I don't know why we're not seeing more Kukulkan. He does exactly the same thing that he was doing previously.
So we either go Watcher's Gift for early sustain or we go War Flag, right? And after that we have three options. We can go so Virginity to get those early flat protections very soon. We can get Stone of Binding. Where is our Stone of Binding? Yes, Stone of Binding is actually quite meta right now. You can go Watcher's Gift, you can go Stone of Binding into Gladiator Shield and Shon Kuzari. And you will have Protection Shred, you will have good bonus damage, so you have more pressure as a support. You have Shon Kuzari, one of the strongest aura in the game, which helps you clear objectives. And then you can also go Contagion, you can go Winged Blade, you can go Spectral Armor. Where is this? I miss my Witchblade though. Spectral Armor got buffed, very strong support item, especially because now the meta is basically crit hunters and they go Executioner, they go Queens, they go Asi, right? And because Asi is a meta on hunters, the anti-heal is also very strong. So we can get Divine, we can get Brawler Beatstick.
He does exactly the same thing that he was doing previously. Kumbhakarna obviously fits onto every comp in the entire world. I hate this character. He is the most frustrating character in the game to me. Maybe a Kuzembo, also a character that fits onto most comps, does extraordinarily well in crit meta because he can build Thorns plus his 2 plus Nemean Lion and walk at a hunter and go, Go ahead.
So what do you guys think about the current meta? Me personally, like, all these bonus damage items are so overpowered that you can literally put them in any build and you will still do insane damage. Imagine actually counter building or, fucking, or actually juking, And why would I buy Bloodforge when Asi is just better, right? And even though Shon Kuzari is probably the best aura in the game, people still don't buy it. Even when they have 4 physical gods or 4 gods that rely on basic attacks, people still don't buy Shon Kuzari. Or Winged Blade. Like Winged Blade is one of the best counter against many meta gods. Even gods like Ra, right? Or literally any jungler that engage with slow. Arachne, Nemesis, right? Today we gathered to bring everybody together and talk about the SMITE item meta, and today we can teach something those SPL boosted YouTubers how we play this game. Today is our chance to teach those world champions how we actually play this game. World champions. So gentlemen, what do you think about the current SMITE meta? Do you find all these bonus items to be fun, right? It's basically crit hunters and they go Executioner, they go Queens, they go Asi, right? And because Asi is a meta on hunters, the anti-heal is also very strong, so we can get Divine, we can get Brawler Beatstick, but we also need to know, and also at the same time, mage items are so insanely good. We have Tablet, we have the, we have Soul Gem, a lot of these mage or hunter items have way too many stats, and why these items are also high tier. Valor, very strong, very fun. New Valor, pretty fun. And most conquest teams actually have mostly physical damage. They usually only have one mage and a guardian, right? Even though these days a lot of these overpowered items either have bonus magical damage or they have true damage, right? So some magical protection is always very nice. Good evening, gentlemen. Today we gathered to discuss, the most popular items in SMITE. So what do pros build and what is the meta currently? So let's go. Today we gathered all the gentlemen all over the world, the pros, the kings, the BMers, right? Why would I buy Hardfort Amulet when I can buy Sean Kuzari or Pestilence, right? Or Winged Blade, right? There is so many better magical protection items you can get.